Okay, this time we are going to be talking about the drive on Route 66 from Oklahoma City to Shamrock, Texas. The distance for this part of the drive is 166 miles. Now, there are three great museums that are in Oklahoma City that you should check out if you can, if you have time. The National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, the American Banjo Museum, which is in the Bricktown district, which is the old part of Oklahoma City. My favorite banjo they have is they have a zombie banjo that has zombies on it. And the third one is the Oklahoma City National Memorial Museum. Now, this is in recollection of the Murrah building that was blown up in 1995 by Timothy McVeigh. I was actually in a hospital in Oklahoma City the day after I'd had some heart surgery done, and I was in an x-ray room, so I did not hear the explosion, but when I came outside and went upstairs, you could see the smoke filling almost all of downtown. But now we'll get into the gist of the Route 66 items. The first is the Gold Dome, which was built in 1958. At the time, it was only the fifth geodesic dome in the world, and I always think it looks like the Legion of Doom from DC Comics. The other is the Milk Bottle Building. This was built in the 1930s. And then the milk bottle was added in 1948. As you get west of Oklahoma City, there's a couple restaurants to try. Ann's Chicken Fry House. And near Yukon's Best Flour Mill is the Fat Elvis Diner. And it's spelled Levus. And my sister and I ate her in our trip in 2015. Lots of Elvis memorabilia on the walls and lots of other people. Just a neat little diner. And that's one thing that you'll find out about driving Route 66 is get used to diner food because there's a lot of great diners along the path. Now this is the Pony Bridge in Gary, Oklahoma. It was built in 1933. It's the longest bridge in Route 66 in Oklahoma. It appeared in the 1939 movie Grapes of Wrath, and it has 38 trusses and is 3,844 feet long.
Wow. This is way long.
This is what's called a pony bridge, huh? That's what the description was on the book.
It's a long one.
At least it's not as narrow as the Lake Bridge.
Very cool, isn't it?
So there you go, 38 trusses. The next stop is Lucille's historic gas station. It was opened in 1929 by Carl Dittmore, and it last distributed gas in 1986. And then fun, once you get into Weatherford, they have Lucille's Roadhouse Cafe, where you can, it's a replica of Lucille's where you can go in and have a meal there as well. Now, one thing that I was looking up as I was doing the research, I found the Oklahoma Heartland of America Museum. I have not been here, so that's one of the places that I'll have to stop on my next trip through the area. One place I do recommend, though, is the Stafford Air and Space Museum. This was named after Thomas P. Stafford, who grew up in Weatherford, and he is one of only 24 men to have gone to the moon. And they have just a whole bunch of history of air and space travel. It's a really cool place to stop. The next stop is in Clinton, Oklahoma. It's the Oklahoma Route 66 Museum, and this was built in 1995. And some very neat things to see here. And here's an old diner that they have out in back of it. Here's the sign for the Cotton Bowl Motel, which is still standing. And then in Elk City, Oklahoma, is the National Route 66 Museum. And this is behind the Route 66 Museum. This is the Farm and Ranch Museum. I love all the windmills they have back here. And there's the main sign that you'll see from the highway. Now, one of the places that I haven't actually gotten to stop at is the Sand Hills Curiosity Shop. Harley Russell is who owns the shop, and he's quite the character from what I've heard and seen, and does a great rendition of Get Your Kicks on Route 66. Now, one of the things between the Curiosity Shop and when you get into Blarney, Texas, it's called the Watering Hole No. 2 building in Texola. And it's a 1930s beer joint. And right now the restaurant Tumbleweeds Grill is operating out of there. And that's supposed to be a great place to stop. It was closed the last time I went through there. And then once you're in Shamrock, you have the U Drop In, which that was built in 1936 for $23,000. The U Drop In is owned by the city of Shamrock and is now a visitor center. There is also a really neat old Magnolia gas station that's been faithfully restored in the town of Shamrock. And there's another picture of the U Drop In with all of its neon glowing. And then the last thing is that they have imported a part of the Blarney Stone from Ireland. And this little monument was erected in 1959. Now, that does it for this section of Route 66. As always, if you want detailed instructions, buy the Route 66 Easy Guide. I'll have a link in the description below. Please like and subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this. And thank you and have a great day.